Many years ago, before I met my wonderful partner, Johnny, my dating life was a disaster. And I was dating a guy that was, for lack of a better term, a walking red flag. He was emotionally avoidant and lied to me constantly. We dated for months, but he always refused to call me his girlfriend. He also had a pretty serious drug and alcohol addiction. And when I thought about what my future would look like with this man, and what would happen to me if we stayed together and got married and had children, the thought I would always have was, this man is going to ruin my life. But I stayed in and out of this relationship, or situationship would be more accurate, for a very long time. We even stopped seeing each other while he dated another woman, and when they broke up, I went back for more. Now, why would I do this? I was a young, beautiful, successful, intelligent woman with so much going for me. But I was so drawn to this man, this walking red flag, even though in my head, I logically and consciously knew this guy would ruin my life if things continued the way they were going. I would end up somewhere I did not want to be. This is all because, on a nervous system level and in my subconscious conditioning and wiring, this is what was safe to me back then. This is what love looked like. And I believed if I could just love him enough, if I could just be good enough, and if I could just do and say all the right things, then he would change for me and I would finally feel loved and have the relationship that I desired. There was also a part of me that felt safe in this dynamic, even though I knew it was unhealthy and wasn't what I consciously wanted. Because with this man, I didn't ever have to be emotionally vulnerable myself. I didn't ever have to be actually seen and felt by this man. I didn't have to really let him into my inner world. And I could also kind of play the victim. And even though it wasn't what I consciously desired, my nervous system and my subconscious were simply attracting what would keep me safe. I was attracting an experience that would prove this deep-rooted belief that I was unlovable and not good enough or worthy of the type of man and relationship that I truly desired. I share this story with you because dating and meeting the right man and having the loving, expansive relationship you really desire is just not as simple as avoiding a list of red flags you see on the internet. And if you're someone that has ever had an experience similar to me, where you're attracted to men you know are bad news, or you're stuck in a dynamic that you know isn't healthy, but it still feels like maybe that's what you deserve, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Love and dating and relationships aren't always logical. Most of the time, there's so much going on beneath the surface as a result of our childhood and our past experiences and our nervous system wiring and our subconscious beliefs and conditioning from society and culture and our families. All of that is running the show. It doesn't matter what you say you want and what you think you want, because what's happening beneath the surface in your body, in your nervous system, in your inner world is what's really creating the experience you're having, not only in dating and relationships, but in all areas of your life. That's why so many people are so frustrated with dating, and why so many people stay in relationships they're not happy and fulfilled in. We all know that couple where everyone around them is like, do you guys like even like each other? But they stay together while everyone around them can clearly see that this is not right. And like I said, it goes so much deeper than what most people think and what most dating and relationship coaches are teaching. And in this video, I'm not even getting into things like karmic relationships and soul contracts and the deeper soul level aspects of who we call into our lives and why. And if you don't know what a dating red flag is, a red flag in dating would be something, maybe a personality trait or a behavior that could be a warning sign of future trouble, a sign that maybe this person isn't a healthy person to be in a relationship with. And I'm not going to be giving you a list of red flags in this video. A quick Google search will give you endless articles and videos listing out all the red flags you should be looking for. But in my opinion, these lists of red flags all over the internet are kind of irrelevant because, like I just shared about the man I dated many years ago, I was very aware of these so-called red flags, but I stayed. And there's something really wrong with the way most dating and relationship coaches are talking about red flags. And I personally experienced this with dating coaches that I worked with, where I was told to do this, but don't do that. Or, oh, no, 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 that's a red flag. You shouldn't want to be with that guy. But I still wanted to be with that guy, and no coach or book or online course could tell me why. Like, why? If this is such a huge red flag, why am I still interested in him? Why can't I walk away from this dynamic? Why is this what I think I deserve? Why don't I think I'm worthy of what I really want? Getting advice and information about these dating and relationship red flags really just perpetuated the shame cycle I was in when it came to dating and relationships. And it just reinforced the belief that there was something wrong with me, which wasn't true for me and isn't true for you if you've been in a similar situation. You're not broken. It's actually the opposite. Your nervous system, your subconscious beliefs are doing exactly what they're meant to do. They're protecting you from something you don't feel safe enough yet to experience. And the wiring of your nervous system, your conditioning, your subconscious beliefs, all of that is going to be highly personal and extremely unique, not just to you, but to who you are right now in this moment. And the thing about relationship red flags is that a red flag for me may not be a red flag for you, and vice versa. A red flag for me today was not a red flag for me 10 years ago or 5 years ago. And like I've mentioned, knowing red flags might not even change anything for you. And this is why you don't need to be scouring the internet for confirmation that something is a red flag or not, because there's really only one red flag you need to know about and that you need to get to know really well. And that is how you feel in your own body. That's all a red flag is. It's a sensation in your body. So if we go back to the story I shared with you at the beginning of this video, all the signals were there. I was just overriding what my body was telling me, trying to convince myself everything was fine, trying to think more about what else I could do or how I could be better so that he would change for me and I could finally feel lovable and good enough. I was trying to figure out something in my mind that my body was already telling me. The heavy sinking feeling in my chest was telling me that this guy was not the man for me. My nonstop anxiety telling me that it was not okay when he would disappear for 2 days on a bender. The way I would try to shrink myself after he introduced me as his friend. The way my stomach would drop and feel sick every time I found out he was lying to me. The lump in my throat when I wanted to speak up but couldn't. And instead of listening to the messages my body was sending me and getting curious about what was really going on beneath the surface, I stayed. And I wasn't able to walk away until I started paying attention and stopped overriding those messages my body was sending me. And there were some pretty serious consequences of overriding my body for so long. I was actually diagnosed with uterine fibroids not long after I finally ended it, and I am fairly certain this was partially a response from my body. Like my uterus was literally trying to reject this man. And like they say, the whispers from your body will eventually turn into screams if you don't listen. The truth is, your body already knows. Your body will tell you everything you need to know. Your nervous system and your subconscious are picking up on all of these things before they come into your conscious awareness. All you have to do is notice it and trust it. As another example, I posted a reel on Instagram last week about an article I saw about, are we dating the same guy Facebook groups? According to the article, there's over 50,000 members in my city, the San Diego group. So women are joining groups like these to figure out something that their bodies already know. They're already sensing that something is off, that something is not right about this connection with this man, or they wouldn't be joining these groups. And this is a huge part of why I do the work that I do as a somatic facilitator for women, guiding women back to the wisdom of their bodies and helping them to reconnect with themselves and rewire their nervous systems and building that somatic safety so that you'll feel safe enough in your body to just ask the man you're dating if he's seeing other people. And you'll feel safe enough to clearly express what you want. And so that you can communicate your needs and feel worthy of the relationship you desire. But you're not going to find the safety you need in a Facebook group or a list of red flags you find on the internet. You create this safety by learning how to reconnect to the wisdom of your own body and building the capacity to really feel what's going on inside of you, and learning the language of your body and not overriding the messages your body is sending you. Because when you can do this, you can trust yourself when something doesn't feel right. You can speak up and have these conversations with men you're dating or in relationships with, and you'll be able to walk away if you need to, because you'll be grounded in your body and you're connected to yourself and to your needs and your desires, and you're grounded in your worth. If you are in a dynamic that doesn't feel good right now and you're having trouble walking away, first, please be gentle with yourself. There's nothing wrong with you, and this is all part of the journey. You've been drawn to this person, to this experience, because you're wanting to heal this aspect of your life, and it's 100% possible. And next, just get curious. Rather than assigning a flag color and a value judgment, just notice how you feel in your body. Start noticing how you feel when he says that thing, or when he does that thing, or when he doesn't do something. Start noticing how you feel in your body when you want to speak up but can't or don't. Start noticing how you feel in your body when you're with someone versus when you're away from them. And just start meeting yourself exactly where you are in any given moment without judgment. And this will help you start to uncover what's going on beneath the surface so that you can start to reconnect with your body and with yourself. And in this next video, I'm talking about some more really bad dating advice out there that's probably making your love life a lot harder than it has to be. So make sure to check it out.